I'm so excited to be joined by Hall of Famer Tim Brown, who spent 16 years in the NFL and spent most of your career with the Raiders.
Yeah, 16 with the Raiders,
One with Tampa.
Yeah,
Can't forget that one.
You can't forget that one.
No, it all makes up to 17, which would be the number.
It helps with the pitching checks too, right?
Oh, I'm sure, right? Now, you've been vocal this week about the Super Bowl matchup in saying that it is your worst nightmare.
For a Raider fan, it really is. I mean, you got the Niners and the Chiefs. I mean, I want neither one of these teams to win. I mean, can we have like a major power outage with 2 minutes to go in the game?
Well, I think we can, yeah. That happened a couple years ago,
yeah,
right?
I know. So, obviously both of these teams have played incredible football to get here. And I think it's going to be an exciting football game. I really do. I mean, you have a very good defense right now, maybe even a great defense in the 49ers going up against one of the all-time best offenses I've ever seen in the history of the NFL. And it's a matter of who's going to be able to dictate their will. Will it be the offense or the defense? And depends on who's able to do that, I think wins a football game.
So who would you want to win this game less?
Oh, boy. That's, I think because we're leaving the Bay Area, we don't have to deal with it if they happen to win.
Right.
But we're going to have to deal with the Chiefs no matter what.
True.
So I think from that standpoint, it would probably be the 49ers and not the Chiefs. But to be honest with you, I just don't see that happening. I just think this Kansas City offense is so potent. They have so many weapons. I just don't know how you stop them all.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah.
And you mentioned leaving Oakland, going to Vegas. You took a tour, right, of the stadium so far. What stood out to you about it?
I love how they have made the locker room really, really close to where the fans are, where the players will almost be able to hear the fans right before they come out. It's not a long walk. It's literally around the corner. And I think that part of it is going to be very special. Of course, the opening of the doors and with the big flame there, I think is something else that's going to be really, really special in honor of Al Davis. I just think seeing this in the heart of the Strip in Vegas is really going to be something to behold. And I just hope they can go and play really good football because if they do, this would be a fantastic, unbelievable experience.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in other sports with the Vegas Golden Knights going there, capturing everyone's hearts. They really leaned into sort of the performance aspects of Vegas and the show. What do you think, what aspect of Vegas do you think would be good for the Raiders to really sort of lean into to flourish?
I think when you're talking about 53 football players, and especially some young guys, you got to be really careful about leaning into the Vegas life. But I think what the team is going to have that it really hasn't had in the last 22 years, 23, 24 years, is a city that's going to be 100% behind them from the officials. The fans, the Raider fans, obviously have always been behind the Raiders, but now you're talking about a city that really wants to see this thing happen in a very big way. And I just don't think that's something that has ever happened before. Definitely not in my time. And I can't really speak for what I've seen over the last few years, but I know I've talked to people who are saying no. I mean, the city has never really bought in. So I think with what's going to happen now, with Vegas being totally 100% in, I mean, the opportunities for these guys, not just monetarily, but to really be a figure in the city that means something, is going to be there in a very big way.
Well, as we were saying, with the hockey team, they've shown that you can. It's not just fair weather fans or people coming in out of town, but Vegas is such an international city too,
right.
so can expand the game beyond just even the states.
Yeah.
Just one quick question about the Raiders. I know that you've talked that they need some more offensive weapons because we talk about the offenses that are going against each other this weekend. Names like AJ Green being thrown around. Who we'll put him aside. Who else do you think would be good to add to this team?
Look, I think with so many young, so many receivers coming out of the draft this year, I mean, they're predicting as many as 7 receivers could go in the first round this year. I think you have to go with one of those guys, the Judys from Alabama, CeeDee Lamb from Oklahoma. You have a lot of guys who can come in right away and be, quite effective. So I think that's what Gruden is going to do. I mean, A.J. Green would be nice, but he's had some injuries. He's going to require a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, you got to fix that up, right? It's like a toy that's
So I think bringing in a rookie and let these guys grow up in the league would be the way to get it done.
And so speaking of the draft, Joe Burrow, I know you took a picture with him, was it?
Did.
And both of you Heisman Trophy winners.
Yep.
What do you think it is about him that will flourish if he is in Cincinnati?
This kid, his mentality, the way he plays football, he plays it like he's a linebacker. He plays a position. And I don't mean that he's reckless or anything of that nature. I think he's very headsy about how he plays the game. But when you expect him to go down, he doesn't. When you expect him to not get the first down, he gets the first down. When you expect him to not make the throw, he makes the throw. And I think that part of him, keeps make you go, wow, I like that. I like that about him. I like that about him. And so I think from that standpoint, if he can keep that mentality and, wherever he may go, whether it's Cincinnati or not, I think it'll take him a long way.
Yeah, very impressive young man and a very impressive season for LSU. We want to know what do you got here for us today?
Look, I'm Tim Brown, right? So, people know me for being super clean. So when I started talking about this, people looking like, Tim, what's going on? you changing in your old age or what? But I found a company that finally is really doing these products the right way. They found a way to own their own farms where they don't have to worry about the products being, a little extra stuff being in there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so I told them, look, I've never had a joint in my life. So if there's something in here, I'm going to know. All right? We're going to have a problem.
That's good. You got the seal of approval, right?
Right, exactly. So, but certainly they're trying to do things the right way. Today, this week, they're running what they call a BOGO 50, buy one, get one 50% off. They got different levels. You got level 2, you got level 3, you got level 1. You can go to selectmylevel.com. You don't look like you have any pain, so you may be a 1.
What? Actually, my leg has been hurting a lot, right, Todd? I've been complaining about my leg hurting all day. I just saw it and I was like, cooling mint sports cream. I'm like, maybe
so this is a roll-on. They just came out with some oil drops where you can take. And, I just find it pretty interesting that in this industry, you have a company really trying to do things the right way. And, that's sort of been how I've tried to do things my whole life. So it's been a pleasure to partner with these guys.
Yeah, well, your body has been through everything after the 17 years. So thank you so much for being with us here today. Before we go, we have one quick little game we want to play with you. A little choose your own question.
Okay.
So just
choose my own question.
That's what apparently the game is called, I've been told. So choose your own question. What's this say?
Funnest teammate I ever had. Boy, this is tough.
A lot of funny guys.
A lot of funny guys. A lot of stories I can't tell you, too.
Of course. Right? We'll save that for the next time.
Well, Howie Long.
Okay.
Had this thing with one of our quarterbacks back in the day, Jeff Hostetler, where they would play games on each other in training camp. And one of the things that Jeff did to Howie, Jeff put a dead fish in his bed.
Oh, God.
So Howie comes in his room. He's trying to figure out where the smell is coming from. Can't find it. Gets in his bed, and bam, there's a dead fish.
Oh, my God.
Howie goes to the pet store and buys like 20 rats.
No.
Drills a hole in the wall because the rooms are right next door to each other, and lets the rats loose in his room. So Jeff comes in, and all you hear is him screaming like a 2-year-old girl.
Wow.
And it was quite the fun.
It's an incredible retaliation.
Yeah. I mean, so it was unbelievable. You never expect that from Howie Long, but he had some good ones back in the day.
Oh, I'm sure you've seen a lot of fun pranks around the league. All right, Tim Brown, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you,
Hall of
guys.
Famer, former Heisman Trophy winner, 17 years in the league, and CBD endorser right now. We have to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more on Call It a Night. Hey everyone, JSB here. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Fubo Sports on YouTube, or else I guess you could watch puppy videos. That sounds good.